Meditation is providing us that holistic understanding about ourselves. Meditation is a process to unleash that unlimited power of our mind and then access that intelligence power of this, our greater mind, or this universe, or the consciousness that exists.
Meditation is the key for transformation. The more you do meditation, the more transformed you are. The less you do meditation, the less transformed you are. And no meditation, hardly any transformation. We have to understand that there is a direct relationship between transformation and meditation. And when you sit in meditation, it happens. How it happens is a wonder. We become a witness to that wonder of transformation.
The meditator gives out positive vibrations. If I can heal myself out of my own mental anxiety and physical illnesses, that is because of the positive vibrations.
When you say now you think differently when dealing with people, how does it happen? What do you do with your patients or your family members?
So this is where, meditation started, introspection, self-reflection. And, there it started saying it is the anger. So you start indicating that anger where it's, that a root cause or the pinpointing. So the more I could understand my way, my reaction started different.
Raj, elaborate a little bit on when you say surrender to the process. What do you mean by that? What are you doing differently in your business?
See, basically now also the challenges are always there. But when you approach to the challenge, you do a lot more with clarity for what this issue is happening. So you I've started thinking not to, concentrate on the results. Instead, focus on the root cause of the problems.
Wonderful. Hi, Rajiv. How did that help you, Rajiv? Visualization.
Visualization helps in every aspect, but your thought has to be clear. There cannot be an if with but. There cannot be, oh, I want to do this, but I know there is so much of problem around it. How can I ever achieve that? No, be very clear. And that's where meditation helps. Yep. Clearing your thoughts, clearing your mind, every step.
Meditation is such a beautiful thing, my dear friends. It helps us a lot in many ways than we can imagine. And as a part of PSSM, we have started a new movement called SWAG, my dear friends, which is called as the Save Water and Go Green.
After joining this meditation, I am able to do on an average minimum 3 to 4 hours of meditation. Health-wise, earlier I had cholesterol level are more. After coming into meditation, I have lost it. I am not taking any medication now. I am blissful.
The job that I'm currently working, like I used to have this question in my mind: can you sit at home and get a salary of 50K? Is it even possible? Okay, let's try manifesting. So for everybody, lockdown has been very difficult, but for me, lockdown has got me my dream job of teaching, sitting at home. So I do enjoy that.
I've benefited enormously, and I've gained a feeling of well-being, and I feel like I'm floating in the air. The first thing that has happened to me is that I've become very energetic. I've become much more active than I was with the aid of this Anapanasati.
Happy morning, everybody. Great afternoon, wonderful evening. And they've researched over thousands of leaders, the primary reasons for their success. Few things have come out distinctly. Right? There are lots of research that happens all the time. One is always the leader has a vision, a higher sense of purpose. They know where they're going. They're passionate, highly passionate about what they're looking for. Always, this is coming out as one of the main reasons for the success of these leaders. Second, they're communicating very well. They're communicating very well to the teams because they always believed. Communicate, communicate, communicate. And they're very creative. They want to do things differently. They don't want to go and then do the routine way. Okay, this person has done it, let me also do the same way. Particularly in the small, medium businesses. And of course, even larger businesses, you've got to be that creativity, constantly doing things differently, innovate, break the routine, get out of the comfort zones. There are all those words relating to creativity. But the reason for one of the top 3 reasons for success for them is doing things differently. First is having a vision of believing in their passion, believing in what they feel is going to be successful. So having that vision and believing in that. And second, they're constantly interacting. They're giving that information to the teams. They trust the team. That's the word, they trust the team. Do it. You can do it. And they're always looking for new ways of doing things, not the same way. Meditation absolutely is helping us because the first one is about purpose, then purpose for us. A purposeful life is when we are doing what we really are passionate about, because aligning to our feelings and doing those things that are very passionately that we can do. based on evolutionary model, some have got that ability naturally. Because they were coming from past, they're starting from somewhere else already at a level. And so they've got that ability naturally. But now with law of yoga, when you apply that principle, it accelerates. So what could be few years later, few decades later that one may get it, now acceleration, when a meditation is introduced, now it is actually helping us reveal what will be that thing that we'll be passionate about, and then it'll give us that all the strength to live it. So purpose of life is different for different people, right? And it is not necessarily one overarching thing for the whole life. If you say whole life, what is it? It is about learning and enjoyment. That is the purpose for the whole life. And in the process, enjoyment changes from person to person based on their consciousness level. Their enjoyment changes from person to person. And one we know is moving towards higher enjoyment models, but it is about enjoyment. So purpose is to learn and enjoy, and it is different for different people. It may be, some people may be very, very clear that, okay, this lifetime I'm here only to go around and then build more and more and more and more and more businesses, one after the other. Or be in this particular area and then take care of this ashram for the next 50 years. That's my purpose. That's why I came here. I reincarnated. So some people may be able to get to that level of clarity. You know it, like Gautam Buddha at the age of mid-30s, maybe 35, he got that super clarity that, yes, I need to just go and then rest of my life dedicate for teaching. So some are there, absolutely. But it's not necessary. We don't have to say, okay, what's my purpose now? But instead, the purpose is, what is it I should do now? I have several options here. I need to go and change the job. I need to go and start a business. Or I feel like deep inside, let me just take a break for the next 2 months, 2 years, or 1 year. What can I do for the next few years which will keep me happy? As we finish one, as we are completing one, then we'll constantly, we naturally are and given the next. Naturally are revealed of the next. If you contemplate back into your life, you'll also see that every few years, everyone would have a cycle, maybe 3-year cycle, 4-year cycle, 5-year cycle. There is always something different you would have done. Otherwise, if somebody, the always only thing that it was to live for others. But anybody who felt they lived a meaningful life, or lived to their true feelings to the greatest extent possible, if you go back and contemplate, every time, every few years, they would have been actually doing something different, a different role, a different set of people. It was quite clear to me, although I never dreamt of, I was a hardcore technologist. And then I was so happy writing deep computer code and then just discussing on a one-on-one with my mentor about challenges or how beautiful this is to write this thing and expand that and support and solve that problem for Boeing or this and that, this company, that company. Because the company I used to work for used to do business with this world's largest houses then, required high power. I was just nicely enjoying that, not into management, not into saying that, okay, I'm going to have my own business or do something. It's not there. I was so deeply involved in it. But suddenly, as things just turned, and suddenly I went into startups. I don't know how it happened. It all happened pretty quick. I went to startups. And 3 years later of the startups, then I felt like I need to start something. Feeling just starts coming as you are because you're moving in. But one thing I've ensured is always being straightforward. Thankfully, since I was always studied away from my home ever since a young child, from 10 years old, so I had my freedom to choose. So self was being very diligent, so freedom to choose. My parents believed. So there's no interference, I could choose. And so I could live my interests. And so it's an easy decision to move from a nice job to a startup where you come back with, maybe zero salary for some time and 25% salary for some more time. But these things happened for me, not with a lot of planning, but they happen from time to time. In the last company where I was working, where I was running, called Sanovi, so I was going through this acquisition process, apply this manifestation principle. So everything was going great. The manifestation is working. Synchronous is happening. Client meets, special meetings are happening early on before I could even imagine that acquisition process. So then it kept me going. After about 12 months, until then, I was pretty busy involved in doing this due diligence process. So in a company acquisition, it takes about 9 months time from the time they say yes till the time they close. There's a lot of work that happens in between, particularly in the software industry. So while continuing, and there's a point where just about, I think, another month, a month and a half later, it's going to be announced. So when it became irreversible, the transaction is irreversible anymore. Everything is possible to not go, not happen, but it's there, 99% there. So until that time, I didn't think. The part that I had actually was that, okay, I would leave as soon as the acquisition happens, I leave this company and then go and start another one. But then in the startup world, you always explore what is the next idea, that's the next cool thing, next big thing, because you've definitely been there. So I wanted to start something else. That's clearly an option. Of course, deep inside, teaching meditation to corporates is always there, which we've been doing in IBM too. Which I was doing at Sanovi by being working with Pyramid Valley, and then always constantly introducing meditation to every CIO that I met in many, many ways. By giving a book, giving a magazine, carry a magazine, carry those books. And so it is happening. And just one fine day, I used to camp quite a bit in New York, because that's where the IBM headquarters were as part of this acquisition process. And while I was driving from one campus to another, I was living in New York. I was basically staying in New York downtown, but drove to this campus called Somers. So I was driving, and then suddenly things started downloading into my mind. That what are you going to do next? They just start coming. I was driving and then start coming, right? What are you going to do next? If your goal is to teach meditation to corporate leaders, business leaders and corporates, why would you then just get your company acquired and then leave IBM immediately? Why would you not continue there for some years and then teach there? It is a big ocean. You have every requirement that can be met in what you want to do. This idea started seeding. It was never there for me. It started seeding into my mind. I'm talking about purpose and aligning. So things will start coming in when we pay close attention to our heart. And a normal thing would have been, okay, you're successful, you would go and there's a lot more money, you can start another business, another idea, another thing, right? This is how we think normally. The idea started seeding one day while driving it. Okay, fine. So this kept on happening for the next 3 weeks. I started paying close attention. So will I be happy? Working in a large company after near 13 years of being in a small startups, will I be happy? Will I be able to take another manager? Will I have my freedom? Doing many things for myself? All of those questions came. But however, every time I asked, this call became stronger and stronger that yes, this is the right thing for you to do, so continue. So I changed my strategy of how you would negotiate. Because I decided that I'm going to stay with the company, so change the strategy to negotiate. And we're going to spend some time in the company. So that's how my purpose to stay back rather than go out and then start something is changed. Automatically, it came to me, but it came to me over a period of time. I kept listening, asking myself if I would be happy. We don't have to rush in to do something, but then that is how it's happened. So then it was beautiful. So in being in IBM, I was able to pursue my core interest of teaching meditation, introducing meditation. A version of this program, maybe 20% or 15% of the content we talked about was introduced then in 2016. And we did few programs, and with Lawrence came in, quite a few things we did. And then another interesting thing happened again, same thing, right after about exactly 2.5 years later, suddenly I started getting disconnected. I was not enjoying anymore, suddenly. The salary increased, it got doubled, and they're putting all kinds of perks around me into this option, that stock, everything is there. Our business did extremely well. We did 4 times more than the target when we went into that. So there's no that problem. We did 4 times more. So there's no that problem. And so, but suddenly I started disengaging. I was not enjoying anymore that job to go every day and then do things what I was doing. Neither was interested to take another opportunity. So that burning desire to go out was there. That's when coming out to take full-time service seeded very strongly. Not until then. So again, it happened in a 6 weeks time process, it happened. So the desire was there, burning desire. So then I set myself into transitioning. As an executive, you take some time, especially if you came from a startup. So transitioned out, not knowing how exactly we're going to do this. And then every minute and then I always asked, so when you are trying to align to purposes, always checked in with your mentor. So Patriji is always there. Would ask him, he said, just go and do this service in Hyderabad Pyramid. We'll figure this out later. So clarity. I waited patiently for almost 5 months after coming out, how to do this full time. So he gave me this job for 2-3 months, a lot of planning for a big event that's going to happen in Hyderabad. So I did that, some of the planning. Spending full time because you're doing about 100 programs in 10 days, 500 speakers and all that stuff. So I continued for some more time. I went and attended Joe Disman's workshop. So 5 months it took for me to actually do something. And that's when this idea, this thought suddenly occurred that, okay, let's just start online sessions. It actually started pre-COVID days, the online session in India. So they started, and then one thing led to the other. I knew that I'm going to teach. And then as soon as I started enjoying it quite well. And then the COVID came. In the meanwhile, Karthikeyan sir came and joined us for one session in April, and he liked it. And then so we took off from as a Buddhasiva Quantum Foundation. The idea was there. Patriji, in fact, talked about this 5 years ago. You must start something. But the timing is important. But the point I was saying is, again, purpose is revealed to us when we're listening close to us, and then we take time to what we should do next. So starting is one thing. Now, again, what do you do within this foundation for the next 3 years? What are you going to do? 3 years or the next 5 years? What are you going to do? This keeps changing, but we closely pay attention so that the way we do things differ. So we'll understand the tools available for us after meditation, dear friends, about purpose of life. Relax yourself, sit comfortably. Yesterday, of course, we said it, ikigai. One of the ways is that they use the talent. When they use the talent, you're happy. Purpose is to be happy. So if you use the talent, so the first step is to figure out what's my unique talent, and then how can I give it? Let's go into meditation. Relax yourself, sit comfortably. After meditation, we'll understand this today as part of a spiritual quotient week. We're doing Anapanasati meditation, dear friends. Our goal is to empty your mind. Thousands of thoughts in the mind. When you observe a breath, our mind becomes empty. It's called breath mindfulness meditation or Anapanasati. With your eyes closed, specs removed, fingers into fingers. Rest your hands comfortably in your lap. Cross your feet at ankle. And then observe your breath at this point. Take it as a reference point. Observe breath is going in and coming out. Going in and coming out. When you observe the breath, mind becomes empty. In case you get distracted into thought, which happens all the time, bring your attention back to the breath again. So if you think you're thinking, bring your attention back to the breath again observe. As you observe, mind is becoming empty. We experience greater emptiness all around, which is energy. So we experience energy. Be a witness to that experience. Do not interpret, do not analyze, be a witness. Right? And we continue this process for a long time. This is called Anapanasati meditation, or breath mindfulness meditation. Before going into this process, we're doing something called heart elevation to elevate our body into higher emotion, which has the effect of slowing the brain down to go into emptiness faster. Just follow my guidance for that. Relax yourself. Sit comfortably, dear friends. With your eyes closed, relax your body. Feel your body. Dear friends, dear masters, keep your hands on your chest area. Rest your attention on your breath and on your sacred heart. With your eyes closed, specs removed, feet crossed. Can you feel your beautiful heart? Breathe more of that slow, long relaxing breath and feel your heart center. Your seat of all emotions. Breathe in to a beautiful heart of that slow, long, relaxing breath and feel that seed of all emotions which is nurturing all life with its love energy, with its gratitude, compassion energy. With a greater love for life, with a greater passion for life. Come on, feel your heart, dear friends. The beat, the rhythm of your heart. I want you to recollect an experience from your life, from your past or present, or from your mind movie of the future, where you experience enormous love, joy, gratitude, and relive that moment and elevate yourself. Relive that moment of love, of joy, of gratitude, appreciation from your life, and feel that energy inside of you, all around you. The more you experience that energy, the more you experience that emotion, dear friends, the more you experience the connectedness, the oneness with all things and everybody in that experience. We are all deeply interconnected. Deep inside the aspects of energy. Love, gratitude, compassion, joy are all the ways to become one again, to experience that connectedness again. Feel it, dear friends. Where you place your attention is where you place your energy. Allow yourself to direct that energy to heal yourself deeply. Feel and slowly go into breath mindfulness meditation with your fingers into fingers, resting your hands comfortably in your lap. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath, dear friends. Be with your breath. Become one with that in breath and the warm out breath. Allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to become slowly empty of all thoughts in your mind. When we observe our breath, our mind becomes empty. Be with your breath. Become one with the in breath and the warm out breath. When we observe our breath, our mind becomes empty. Our goal is to empty the mind. Our goal is to merge into that greater emptiness of no body, no thing, that quantum energy field. The longer we stay empty, as no body, as nothing, the more whole we become, the more connected we become, the more aligned we become to our inner intelligence. Be with your breath. Observe your normal, natural in breath and the out breath. When we observe our breath, our mind becomes empty. As the mind is becoming empty, we channelize all that energy into the generous present moment. We allow a body to function at its natural best. We develop greater clarity and we experience that emptiness, that energy, that consciousness. Be with your breath. Allow yourself to merge into the emptiness. Merge into your breath and allow yourself to experience that emptiness of no body, no thing, in no place and no time. Observe any sensations in your body. Can you become aware of the emptiness inside of you, all around you? the mind becomes empty, we withdraw our attention of matter, of ourselves, of our environment, and we experience that emptiness where there's no body, where there's no thing, in no place and no time. Allow yourself to merge into that infinite depth of that emptiness. On your left side, spreading all around on your right side. That's energy. All emptiness is energy. This is the quantum energy field with unlimited intelligence, with unlimited possibilities. The longer we stay in this field, the more we become of it, and the more we receive from it. If you find yourself distracted, go back to observing your breath and slowly find that emptiness all around. Remember, we are less matter, more energy. Allow yourself to stay away from your body, to stay away from your life, and allow yourself to stay connected to this emptiness as no body, as no thing, and experience that energy. stay aware of this emptiness, of this energy, that light inside of you, all around you, spreading far and wide. Tune in to the abundance of energies in this field. Become aware of the infinite healing energy, mystical energy, miraculous energy, empowerment energy, or whatever that you can become aware of. All energies lead to experiences of life. The longer you stay connected to this field of unlimited, the more opportunities you receive into a life. The longer you stay connected into this field of unknown, the more open you become, and the more miraculous your life will be. If you find yourself distracted, go back to observing your breath, dear friends, and find that emptiness all around. yourself to stay connected to this emptiness, to the light. This is your divine self. The longer you experience this energy, the more you experience your wholeness, your oneness. Relax your body. Feel your body and let your autonomous nervous system repair the body as you relax. And as you relax, recollect your experience from the session. How did you feel? Who have you become? What did you see? And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds. And then you may open your eyes. Okay, dear friends. Hope you enjoyed the session. Anybody would like to share on today's meditation?
Good morning, sir.
Yes, Pawan.
Yeah, sir. Today's session was very good. Even initially, I was feeling lower back pain, so was not able to sit properly. But now the back pain is not there. I just observed this. And due to the back pain, I was not able to concentrate. But in taking up, I able to concentrate very well, and I get locked in my with my breath. And so, thank you very much, sir.
Okay, wonderful. Have yes, we'll just take Mr. Pratik.
How to surrender thought.
Okay, practice. That's all is the answer. Pratik. We have to practice more. We have to continue to meditate. And thoughts will continue to come. Thoughts will continue to come. So don't worry about thoughts. They'll continue to come. But you keep observing, putting your attention onto the breath. So that is sufficient for seeing the benefits. Right? Because we're living lives, the dual mind is there. So naturally the thoughts will have to come. They will come. And our goal is to continue to observe the breath. And we get better. We'll get better. Next year, you will say something different than now about the same. First thing is to accept, though, the thoughts are there. They're not enemies. They're not a problem for meditation because that's part of meditation. So accept that thoughts will be a common part of a meditation, even after 50 years or 100 years of practice. Okay. I'm going to come to you, Nimla Madam, after the session. Let me cover purpose of life. The purpose of life can be understood by a few things. One is we listen into our heart, not mind. That means we listen to our intuition. We pay close attention to a message that is coming in. This is the way. That is listening to feelings. Second, we take up something. We take up when we are not that clear. When we're not that clear what to do, we take up something that is there in our horizon and then experiment with ourselves to see if we go into the flow, concept of flow. We feel like doing a business, we feel like traveling, we feel like maybe this is the time to get allocate to some other place and do something different. A lot of people have, should I go back to my village or hometown and start a school there, start a project there? When you're not clear, of course, we experiment. We take up one of those and then go into the flow to see if we're going into the flow. I'm going to explain that. One is when we continue to listen to our heart, we continue to get more and more clarity. Yes, this is going to give me happiness or not. Second is do something and see if you go into the flow. Aligning to the gifts, aligning to what we are already good at, and then doing something, building upon that is always going to get us more and more to the flow. Paying attention to ourselves is like in my case, I was paying close attention for 3 to 4 weeks before I made my decision to continue or to not continue to start a business or to continue IBM or this large company. How did I pay attention? This is a being mindful. When you are mindful, when you are in that lower thought state, and I was paying attention in the mornings, early morning when you wake up, it's a great time. When you wake up, rather than keeping our mind full at that time, we keep it empty. Just wake up from the bed, and then whatever that vision, whatever the dream that is probably coming through, try to recollect, sit down. There may be a message for you if you understand. While brushing the teeth, while taking showers, so there's always a lot of download of fresh new ideas are coming in, or a message that is coming in. If there is a question about what do I do, and we contemplate on that thing, then we are constantly receiving messages. Synchronicities come, right? When you want to start a business or continue a job, if the business is right, then you are receiving those messages of, hey, a business leader, a businessman, you accidentally meet somebody in that space. You suddenly see a big article, how when you start something, people are able to succeed so well. There's a big article in Times of India, Economic Times. Suddenly out of nowhere, you start reading that article because your attention goes onto it. It is there everywhere. They're there every day. But then that day it'll go in, your attention goes onto it. So paying close attention to those morning times, particularly, synchronicities that are happening, and then trying to put them together. In a few days, you will develop that understanding that this is, and then talk to the mentor, have a mentor, bounce off your thoughts all the time. Once I wanted to actually resign from my job, leave the company. The company was in the shutdown state for 2-3 times. It happens for every business, every place, right? And there is always a cyclic thing. Even our meditation practice, after a few weeks or months of practice, suddenly you'll find a point of, there'll be a low. Always a low. For everything, there's always a cycle. There's always a low. We call that you hit the bottom. When you hit the bottom, there is only high, right? But there's a low, like stock market low. Even for meditation practice, there'll be lows where you don't suddenly feel, you don't feel like you're learning anything, and you are just meditating and not getting any experience and no energy. You're losing all that sensitivity that you had for your body. That can happen and will happen for most people. And then there's always a cycle. Everything, all learning is a cycle. So I wanted to leave because it's like quite dejected, and everything is, my company really went down, not much progress, year 2008 and 9. So I went and asked, again, Patriji as a mentor, so I asked him, he said, you wait for 6 months and then you decide. And this 6 months turned out to be the best time for the company as well as to me personally, where I use all the time to doing a lot of service. Particularly if anybody has a challenge in deciding, jump in to do service, that point. And we have some time on us, rather than just spending away. use the time productively to service, and then you always come out with some solutions. That is a formula. I have a reason to believe why that happens, but it's always happening when we are not clear and we take to service, full as much time as possible, give to the service, and then a few weeks, few months later, you're getting so much clarity, as well as whatever that you're thinking to get into a business or a job or something is happening. Many, many people. That's what happened for me too. In those 6 months, I was one of the best periods of time where I spent so much time into developing Pyramid Valley in the second half of 2008. We launched the center greatly with a lot of lots of development for an international event that time called Global Festival of Spiritual Sciences. I was very happy. And shortly after, I got this whole thing start changing. Investors coming into the company, and then there is a fresh lease of life into the company. Shortly after, very shortly after. In fact, during that period, this proposals came that, okay, even from Shreyans Daga. We've been together talking for 8 years before then. That thing never happened. It only happened then. For him to come back and come into a company and invest. So things do happen when things are not clear. We do service. So the first thing is to align to our heart, and as meditators, we're listening in. One is listening in, is it good? Second is getting the strength to express and then actually take the decision. Take the decision. That also requires a lot of strength. Rakesh took a decision. He wanted to move. He wanted to do something at his current point of time. It takes a lot to give up something, then go into something else. But meditation is giving you the strength. So we align to it. When we are not that clear, and we're still not clear, we must do something. Always do something. Don't, because my purpose is not clear, I don't know what to do, so I'm just going to be where I am, not do anything. Then it's not going to come. We got to always do something. Try something new. Let me share a slide to talk through this. Always do something. First one, we're saying, listen into your heart, listen into your feelings, make those small changes. If the role is required to be changed, make the change. You will then naturally flow in. Ultimately what? To be very happy at that point, to give your best, right? So we got to do something. Can't just spend away our time in a routine job, routine work. Then anything that you say, okay, routine, my routine is going, oh, what are you doing? When I ask people, okay, what is going on? Nothing, same thing is going on. If that is the answer, that means you don't have anything exciting. Yeah, just goes on, life is going on. Nothing much, it's the same thing. If these are the answers, if these are words that you're giving in, that means there's not much special going on. Neither are you seeing something beauty in what you're doing to find that happiness, or truly nothing special is going on. Either way, that Vakshetra will be correct. That power of words, the words will have to correct. Either way, nothing is going on. Not much. The same thing is going on. Same thing means you're in routine. Break the routine. So we always have to do something new, something different. When we do something different, then we have the opportunity to experience something different. When you experience something different, you will know whether you like it or not. Simple equation, right? Jump in with an intent. Meditation is giving us a strength to, if you have to take 2 hours from your busy schedule, and it sounds like the most toughest thing to do, but you got to make an intent and say, I am taking these 2 hours and then hitting the gym. or I'm taking these 2 hours and then practicing a music. I'm taking these 2 hours and every day I'm going to Lal Bagh in the evening to go spend time in the greenery, in the nature. Because this is something that you want to do, somewhere there as one of the targets for you. But you're not able to do because it's procrastinating. So we got to take the time. Take the time, decide, state an intent. First of all, it's to start with intent. You always want to do service, but then say, I'm so busy, I don't want, I mean, you don't even put an intent. First, we have to put an intent. The reason many times we don't put an intent to do something, dear friends, is because we are fearful of losing our current thing. The only reason many times we're not putting an intent because we are fearful of losing the current thing. We are in that comfort zone, so we don't put an intent first to ourselves. First, because everything starts with an intent. You remember this energy field. When you put an intent, then you're placing your energy on it, and so you're putting a signature, and energy is going out into the field to find that possibility. It starts from there. It's not the money, it's not the time that starts you to manifest things for you, or you go into something new. It's the intent is where you start with. Is it a challenge to understanding? I keep raising hands. Okay. So don't wait until you have this big clean thing and say, okay, yes, I'm going to do my business here in this city and this one. Don't wait for all of that to happen. Jump in. If you have an idea, jump in, but let's go a little detail into say when you jump in, what you mean. Recognize and identify what are your abilities and desires. What are your abilities? What is your core strength? What is it that you think you have as a talent, your gift? Because all of this we are doing to go into something called go into flow. Identify if you're good at painting, then you're taking a creative job. Right? If you're good at painting art, then you're taking a creative job, something into creation. Now, every company has an ability to build things, create things, and then they are creating awareness about it, what we call sales marketing. And then there is a set of people who are helping use it, operate things, build, operate, and then create awareness about it. The 3 things are there. So you take a role based on what you are broadly personality type. Align to your abilities. I'm good at speaking, I'm good at consulting and advising, I'm good at solving problems, I'm good at creating. I like to spend time with people around, so take up a role in customer facing roles, right? Or do something that is meeting people. Ask yourself this question: what is important to you if there is only a short time left in your life? This is an important question. It allows us to reprioritize. When you have a few things to know, I don't know what to do, ask this question. We are saying, do something, and what do I do? Ask these questions. If you only have a need of your life left, what are you going to do? Bring back those things. I wanted to start a company. I wanted to also do in service. I always has this deep desire that I must go as much time as possible. So the answer was very clear to me that if not now, then when? Then I asked these questions to myself, if not now to jump in full time, what's the stake? One more thing. So the answer to me was clear. To you, each one has their own level of understanding. So be it. It never has to be a lofty thing. That's one thing I want to make it clear. It never has to be a lofty helping always somebody else. First, help ourselves, right? Be happy with ourselves. Ask yourself the questions. It helps you to reprioritize, reset. Many things that you're there, you can drop off things. Especially in the manifestation, you've got 5 things to manifest. This question will help you to drop a few things from it. More important, less important. Go beyond the comfort zone to meditation always helps you to overcome fears. Now, I want to talk about this point called flow. So this book, Ikigai, also explains it. What is the flow? Yesterday I mentioned, we go into the flow means we forget about the time and space. We're transcending time and space. Going into the flow means that you forget about your environment. Right now, suppose I love music and I start practicing. 3 hours are over. And I'm with me, I'm with myself. So I didn't realize it is actually 3 hours. Oh, already 3 hours are over. You forget about food, you forget about time, the place where you are in, and you are into it. So if you are into flow, that means that is an activity you love and you enjoy it. That is an activity. So if you want to do a business, you want to start your own company. Now you want to do only music, you want to learn music and then really go with it. Because the moment you do something really good for you, then automatically you start becoming happy elsewhere. You always wanted to become a musician or a singer, a painter, but you just never could take the time. But if you think that is your passion, that's where you want to go slowly into and make that your profession or make that your way of living. To go into the flow, we do few things. You don't have to do the whole thing, right? You take a small goal, one small conquerable goal. You want to conquer the world, but start with a village. That phrase is there. You want to conquer the world, but start with a village, right? So that same way, to go in a flow or not to decide, when you want to learn music and become a musician, I want to start a business, take a small goal. One goal could be for learning music. I want to learn this single song and sing for myself, learn and then sing with it to my family. That could be a small measurable goal. You want to start a business, you could say, I'm going to spend a month researching the market and coming up with who are the top players and what is that I can do. Just coming with a document, one task you take, that's all, nothing more. Take a clear goal, and then to that goal, do one task at a time. Don't put too many things. Don't try to overwhelm yourself with too many things toward that goal. One simple task at a time. But when you do it with detail. Don't delegate it. You're writing a business plan. Don't delegate to 5 people and say, hey, go and get this market report, go and get that report, this report, and then you'll just be there to put them together. That is later. If you are really going to enjoy or not, that means you got to go into the detail, every bit of it. You got to do it by yourself. You may be 60 years, you may have lots of business experience, but if you want to start a business by yourself, then you do it by yourself. That putting the business plan, doing your research, reading, reaching out to people, asking things. We got to go into the detail, means you are doing it, not somebody else is doing it. You're paying enough attention to it. You don't take shortcuts. You want to learn the song, then you're going through all this alanka, all this sarliswara, jantaswara. Some of those you learn those basics related to that song. Go into the detail. And the last thing is the fourth one is go beyond the comfort zone. In order to determine your purpose, you're doing something today, and then go beyond the comfort zone. Take that extra 2 hours. Okay, it's not possible by me. My weekend is really, I'm busy. There's so many things we fill up our weekend. But clear the calendar. Go beyond the comfort zone. Say, okay, 8 hours I'm busy. I'm still going to work a little bit more. 2 hours more I'm going to use. Going beyond comfort zone means giving that extra effort, extra push, right? A little bit extra than what you do. That's all is going beyond comfort zone. Little bit extra, the 10% or 15% extra than what you do. You want to go into service and help somebody, some project, then you got to go beyond your comfort zone. Every day, 6 o'clock, you're going home. You say, next 1 month, I'm going home at 8. These 2 hours, I'll go to that place, drive to that foundation, spend that time. Comfort zone, you got to push ourselves beyond the comfort zone. When you're pushing yourself beyond the comfort zone, then you're putting a little bit commitment to it. You go into the detail of that work, a small thing, measurable goal, and then you will know whether you're liking or not. If you go into the flow, that means you forget, and the more you enjoy, the more you forget. And then yes, this is it. Then you can take a larger decision. This question comes, oh, I can't do this because it's just waste of my effort and energy. Always, whatever we do is always useful, dear friends. In our life, everything that we are doing is always useful. The books you read, something you read now about life after death, you may say, what is it used for me? But everything is coming to use at some point. Richard Bach said, we are not given a thought unless you have the capability to use it or execute it. You are not given a thought unless you have the capability to use it or become of that or execute it in a whichever way. It means apply it in your life. You're not given a thought. If you're given a book, there's got to be some use of it. There's somewhere it's going to be useful. If you got a thought that, I'm building 1,000 crore business, it's happening. You got a thought that I'm going to Australia and I'm spending 1 month, it's happening because the thought has come, means that you have the capability then to go and pursue it. It's up to you if you want to pursue or not. So everything we do is useful. So we don't bother about that part. Time eternal. So there is no, we don't waste time, but we don't hurry up. We don't worry about it. We don't waste time eternal. So when we do something new, dear friends, you got to do something different. I don't know what my purpose is. Rather than waiting, go and then start that work with Buddha Seva Foundation. If you want to help out, you want to do a business, go and then attend some conferences and then start a small idea. Like I said, take a small task and see, you're really going to like it. Do what you're doing, but then do this additional. Then how do you do additional? You got to go beyond your comfort zone. Give that extra time, give that extra money. You got your comfort zone, it takes, you got your money, you plan it out end to end, right? Every bit is planned out. So you think there's no money. But you want to do travel. You want to take a 6-month break to travel world. But before you take a 6-month break, do at least 2-day break and then see whether you like it. You need some money, go beyond your comfort zone. Cut down some of that expense or borrow some money and then go do the 2-day travel. Figure out if it's going to be what it is like. Right? We're talking about this current purpose, what I need to do, right? Change and not change. And so this is a great way to understand yourself, and then going into the flow is the key. And those 4 things: clear goal, one task at a time, going into the detail, and then beyond comfort zone. So in that, one of the points in the previous chart is talking about aligning your abilities, your gifts. That's what Deepak Chopra said. So this diagram is talking about, there are 3 things. What is the role? What are you expected to do today? Based on your society, based on your family position, based on your, the office things. We all have some things we're expected to do. What's the role we're expected to do? What capabilities do we have? What we can do? What desires that we have? What is that we feel is going to give us happiness? Right? What is going to give me happiness? What capability do I have to do or not? And then what role that I'm actually playing right now? It becomes obvious by looking at this diagram that if all 3 are aligned, I'm in the best place, right? If all 3 are aligned, I'm doing a role which is meeting my desires and then fully utilizing my talent. Best combination to have, isn't it? That's where we strive towards. That's what we strive towards. What we're saying is you have a role today. You have a role today. So now if you understand a little bit more, roles are like, what is your current role? Accountant, CEO, engineer, marketing manager, house captain. This is from a business perspective written. Now we also take in your family perspective, right? You have some role to play at home, right? You have some role to play in the family as an elder or an advisor, or this and that. You may like, may not like, but it's been given on to you. But this is where we're seeking a change. If you don't like, you seek a change. Because the liking is somewhere in the desire, right? So the desires can be, the skills or capabilities that you have. Are you a creator? You're good at art, drawing, creation. You like to do things. You like to, put things together. You feel good every time you created a product. You conceived an idea from beginning to end, and that's the strength of your skill. Or you are good at talking to people, you want to travel, be in the company of people generally, so that's expression. And you're simply good at utilizing it. So you, again, there are other roles, whether you like to lead, you like to follow. You are happy taking instructions and doing things that you want to actually be a leader and an influencer. This is another thing. So we understand when we broadly question ourselves, we know what we are. You want to do things, create, but you go and then you land up in a sales role. You never like it. You got to make a decision. Your role is different, but your core skill, your core interests are somewhere else. So you got to make a decision to switch those, right? You got to muster courage to change these. Our desires are, of course, know what things that you want to do. Practice arts, play sports, teach, counsel, do service. Some of those that you feel are going to give us long-term happiness. Of course, it can be start a business of your own, can be that too, isn't it? Many things. Go off to travel around the world for 2 years. It can be a desire too. So many things are there that you think is going to give a joy. So what is the idea here? What is the idea here? If you have a talent and you're assigned to your role, you're going to be happy anyway. If you have a talent and that's what you use, you will go into the flow. If you have a talent and then you are using that in a role, you go into the flow. But what we can do and we're expected to do. Gives us joy and we can do. So this is the best though. You have a talent and then apply it towards what you think is going to give you happiness is always great. That's the best. That's where you want to move towards, right? But the center is the great thing. Aligning role with the abilities is the best always. But you can start by saying, I love to do art. My desire is to do art and see, and let me start with it. That's what is trying something new means in the previous one. Try something new. Let me start seeing if I can go and then be happy by learning music, becoming a musician. When we have a burning desire, we generally have an inherent talent inside. We just have buried it. That's all. If you have a burning desire and if you're going to a social party and then generally are excelling in talking to people, but your job role or a role where you are constantly confined to a small area or room, then you know you have that innate talent, and then it's naturally becomes obvious that you change, right? So we'll share this slide, but there is a few things that you can understand to align your abilities to desires for a period of time. Right? You can align your abilities to desires, and then ultimately that becomes your role. That's what I did to myself. That's what I did to myself. Somehow navigate myself to run my own business. So my role matched with my desires and capabilities. And then I came into this nonprofit now again to try to match my role with what I think I have as a talent. We all must align to it so that then you're happy for those next few years in doing deeply that thing, and you're really passionate about excel. So purpose, dear friends, in all of this, meditation is giving us the strength. In all of what we talked about, meditation is giving us the strength. Meditation is giving us to be listening and tuning into our heart every day. Because our mind chatter is reduced, is tuning us, we're tuning into our heart, right? But to jump in and do something, it's increasing our strength, confidence to do something. It's helping us break the comfort zone. Meditation helps us to break the comfort zone. Because why do you not break the comfort zone? Because it latched onto it. It detaches from an experience. So it helps you to go out of the comfort zone, do something. Yesterday, McKay said, what did she say? She said, you always want to go and then add value and say, what is that I can add here? That is coming out of the from inside. You want to gain a new experience, right? It's giving us the clarity of what am I good at? Aligning to your abilities. It's giving us clarity. What am I good at? And of course, meditation is helping us stay focused. So when you stay focused, then we can apply the principle to go into the flow or not. You stay focused, so you have a better chance of going in and doing that thing And as a result, so then you will know whether you will enjoy it or not. It's an experimentation, no problem. When things are not super clear about what I should do, and then do an experimentation, and then it's all going to be utilized for you anyway. It gives us the courage to jump in and do. Last thing, dear friends, I want to say is you can also look at a line to understand what your parents' purpose was. What did your parents do? Many times, what is a mother stood for, your father stood for, and then you're always building up on that. In most cases, you're building up on that on top as the core skills they had, the core things that they wanted to do in their life. For example, my dad wanted to always help in his little way. He was, a sarpanch for the village for some time. He helped to bring a school in the village, tried to get some road to the village. He always wanted to help. He always took time, extra time. Service was there with him. Service was there with him by default. So when you look at it, when you build upon it, so you'll know that you are going to be more happier on top of, because we choose an environment to, parents, we choose an environment to take that next design. We have a design where we choose an environment, including parents, when we choose. So there's got to be a purpose of why we came in. In most cases, it is building on top of what they were doing. In most cases, building on top of what they're doing. So aligning and understanding what your parents stood for can help decipher what your purpose can be and overall what you think you'll be happy with. All right, friends. So thank you very much. Purpose of life. How much ever we understand all of this ultimately comes to listening into our heart, and where things are not clear, we try to do something new. It's not going to go waste. Mr. Abrahamji, a few closing words from you.
It's purpose is everything, otherwise it is meaningless. Only, I agree with you. You have to get it. You have to sharpen your vision. You have to align your abilities with the purpose. You have to cut down your desires. Your desires have to align. Perfect.
Thank you. We narrowed down of many things when we ask this question that I have less time. So what's important? When I ask the question, naturally then the answer is coming from inside. Naturally, we're aligned to more to our feelings and say, yes, this is what I want to do, than something else, right? Okay, so thank you very much, everybody. Sheetal, you have an announcement to make today? We'll take some questions after a couple of minutes break. Yes.
Yes, sir. I just want to remind everyone that the HEAL program is coming soon, and I would like you to go ahead and register. We have sent a link in WhatsApp groups, and please go ahead and register and make use of this beautiful session, which is going to make our journey more beautiful by Dr. Newton Kundaviti. So just wanted to share that information, sir.
Wonderful. That's great. Yes, that program is going to be big. We do have close to, I believe, 1,000 registrations happening, which is good. We have a big group.
And, yeah. So and two more things, sir. So awareness program is going really great. And today Lawrence came and spoke about vegetarianism and nature. It was really, really amazing. And tomorrow will be talk on pyramid power. And today evening will be pyramid power, and tomorrow is power of gratitude.
Okay, so India today evening is about pyramid energy that you are talking, right?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. Thank you all. So we'll in a couple of minutes we'll take some questions, Nirmala Madam and Patriji Sharmaji. So just wait on a couple of minutes. Yes.
Don't wanna be a prisoner of my past anymore. So I'll free my soul, keep moving forward. Forgive the words hurt to me, focus on my future. I've got one life, wanna make it count. Accept the past, gotta love myself. So I'll free my soul, keep moving forward. Even when it isn't my fault, gotta own my side of the story and take all the lessons I learned with me. Lost time never comes back, so why do I keep playing it in my head when it takes away from the joy of who I am today? It's never too late to change. Let go, never look back. Don't wanna be a prisoner of my past anymore. So I'll free my soul, keep moving forward. Forgive for what's hurt to me, focus on my future. I've got one life, wanna make it count. Accept the past, gotta love myself. So I'll free my soul, keep moving forward.
Yes, Nirmala Madam.
Namaste everyone, sir and Karthikeyan sir, everybody, all the masters. Today is 9th July and 1 year past I am in contact with Buddha CEO. I'm feeling very excited about this. I'm feeling as though it is my birthday. And because a lot of transformation has taken place. And Sheetal, I'm wearing a new dress also today. That much excited I am. So, sir, I want to just share my transformations after coming into this contact with Buddha CEO. I have learned each and everything from your session, from you, from all the masters, from Karthikeyan sir, SVB sir, Ramnesh sir, everyone, each and every participant, I have learned and I have transformed. So, first of all, the science behind this has excited me. Science behind the meditation about each and everything has excited me. And then the manifestation. In the beginning, I used to not understand the heart elevation process, but slowly when I came into touch with it, I started understanding it better than manifestation. And I was thinking, why didn't I know this much before? So I started manifesting about my school because at that time it was COVID and I was under depression because at home so many discussions were going on to wind up the school and all. So I was thinking 23 years I was running my school. I said all of a sudden how to wind up the school. But I started manifesting and I started getting strength from each and every day of the sessions. I started manifesting about my school. I said, no, I want to run the school as it is, at least for some more years. Then luckily what happened was in the beginning, people started, my family started saying, okay, you just go to Kakinada. I was with my children for 5 months. I was there and I was nicely listening to all the sessions comfortably and I was gaining knowledge. So he said, okay, go and see the position of the school and then you decide. But by the time I came, then the discussions were still stronger and they made me a little bit depressed. Then I had decided I should hand over to the school to somebody and go back and relax with my children. But what happened was when I opened the school, when people started coming, when parents started coming, they were talking it so nicely and the defaulters who were supposed to. And before this, I spoke to Vani madam. I just wanted to say, Vani madam said, no, don't give up, madam. You have manifested, everything will go on well with you and you just believe in you. So I was believing in myself because I know that I'm a good teacher. I was leading the school very well, and parents, everyone was happy with me. And everything I was enjoying in my school. So I was confident about myself, and again I started manifesting, and the things started changing slowly. The parents started speaking so politely, uh, bef- uh, better than before. And when my owner came to know that, school owner came to know that, he said, no, 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 Nirmala, why are you winding up? Why are you handing over to somebody at least? No, 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 you have to run on. Don't worry. If there is anything, I'll support you. Then I said, sir, I want to renew. I want to go for renewal and all. I want your support. And all these years I was having a doubt about you. No, 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 no problem at all. I will just support you. Everything will go on well. So like this, slowly things started turning very well with me. And then I have dropped the idea of winding up and handing over to somebody at least, somebody also. And I said, okay, chalo, let us this. Then slowly, actually, I wanted to take some financial support from my family. I was thinking. And when I discussed with my family, with my children and my husband, they said, no, nothing, no need of taking any financial support from others. But after some days, what happened was, when when the idea of third wave came, I was a little bit low, and I was again thinking of talking to somebody. Suddenly, my youngest brother-in-law, who is in US, he called me out and he started discussing about my school. I said, Vadina, how is going on that and this? I said, yeah, everything is okay, but I just couldn't ask. It was there in my mind to ask support, but he suddenly said, I came to know that you were a little bit depressed and you wanted to wind up your school. I said, yeah, I was thinking, but what to do? I didn't expect this third wave, fourth wave, and all this. So again, I'm getting a little bit low. Said, just don't worry. I know the passion towards your school, because he stayed with me for 4 years when he was in 9th, 10th, and intermediate. He stayed with me in Kakinada. He has seen my passion towards the school. I know how much passion you are having towards your school. You don't expect anything much, but you are having a lot of interest towards them. So you just don't wind up. I'll give you the support. I was so happy, because without just my thought just passed, I felt. I didn't even ask him. I said, yeah, Prabha, I just wanted to ask support, but you yourself came forward. So with all these good things, support and all, I'm running the school, sir, and I'm feeling very happy about it. And I became more mindful while cooking, while eating, while talking. Each and everything has turned to be mindful. And my relationships with my family also has improved. The way Lawrence has said, respond rather than react. This and the inner talk, that is also working out very well with me. So as the relationship started increasing, I am feeling more happy about it, and people are also happy with me. The other day, my mother-in-law was saying, yeah, these days Nirmala looks happy and she has changed a lot. So that also I heard, and I was feeling happy about it, because mother-in-law's this comment means you are successful in your life, I feel. And gratitude is bringing a lot of change in me. Of course, I used to teach my children to say thanks for each and everything, and my students also. So like that, I was okay. But we take for granted our parents, our teachers, and who have already taught us. So this session has taught me that every day remembering about my parents, about teachers, and the policies. For example, the policies which has disturbed me, I used to grumble and I used to say what not things. Now I stopped complaining about all the policies of governments, everything. That is giving me a little bit of peace of mind, because after the discussions, it disturbs us, isn't it? So that is also giving me peace of mind. And my passion is music and drawing. Again, I started learning music and drawing. Of course, I have to start again. So all my passions which took backbench, they are coming again, and it is giving me a little bit of strength and little bit of feeling of goodness, I can say. And about my family, as I have already shared, my co-sister, my sister-in-law, then my one of my co-sister's children all turned to be vegetarian. So because of sharing my knowledge with them. Then my daughter also, before planning itself, she also turned to be vegetarian. And recently, even my daughter-in-law, she has seen my way of talking and all. In those 5 months, she has observed. Actually, from 2 years, I have been telling her, see, when you are planning for a child, you please become vegetarian. But she just took it for granted. But just for months back, she also became vegetarian. And my grandson is meditating. That is giving me a lot of happiness. My grandson is meditating, and he's telling in his family, his grandparents, Nanamma and all, he's telling, come on, Nanamma, you should meditate. You are not feeling well. No, he's telling the father also. One day father sat for 5 or 10 minutes and he was waking up. He said, no, you should do for 40 minutes, daddy. I can do for 5 or 10 minutes, but you should do for 40 minutes per session, he was telling. And the other day he asked for crystal for meditation on his birthday. I was so happy how the idea has come that he has to ask a crystal for his birthday. So we could give him, and we are planning more about him, the chair and all. When the Sasida's sir's chair, when I have seen, I was planning for that chair also for him. And I'm really immensely very happy, sir. And it's all because I gained strength after attending these sessions, because I used to have all negativity in me. I can say limiting beliefs I used to have, because long back we used to plan for a own building and we couldn't do it. I was thinking, no, we cannot afford it. That and this I used to feel. All this, because of all these limiting beliefs, we couldn't afford. But now I'm feeling I can do something much more than this. This is all because of this. And I feel so happy about all the facilitators who are doing great job. Within a year, people have realized, and it took me so many years. I feel jealous of you people, Sheetal and all. Anyway, better late than never. I have transformed myself, sir, only because of this, and I will continue this. I am taking sessions for my children, and I am taking sessions for my teachers also. And recently we have planned for the ladies who were with us in the previous in the previous apartment. We have recently changed to another apartment. This was also, I wanted to change our house just next to our school, and we have shifted. Luckily we have shifted. That is also become a comfort, and this is a comfortable house. And this was also I wanted. And whatever I'm thinking, if I feel I want to talk to my brother today, my brother phones to me. If I feel, I didn't speak to my son for last 2-3 days, he phones to me. Everything, whatever I am thinking, it's just happening. If I feel somebody should support me in the school, that person is calling me and is saying, madam, I'm thinking about this. It's all wonderful things are happening, sir. I'm very grateful. Thank you so much. Because I just wanted to share, because I have seen so many people going back after traveling for some days in the spirituality. Even for me, 2 times it happened. One time was very bad thing has happened in my school and it had disturbed me. And that time also meditation has taken a backbench. And whatever I had cured due to because of meditation, that had come, and it took at least 6 months to 1 year to come back. And luckily I came back. And the other time, in June, and from March to July till I attended these sessions, I was under depression. I was thinking, what has happened? Why it has happened only to me? Now I know how to think. My thinking, this also has changed. How to think, how to know my purpose of life, where I'm getting happiness. I'm really getting happiness in the school. I have realized that. So I didn't give up. And I thank my family also for supporting me. I requested them, please give me some time. Please give me some time. They have given me enough time. And I'm sure that universe will help me, because my purpose, my intent everything is clear. I'm clear in my thoughts. I know that I can help many students and many parents in my school. That's why everything will go on very well, I feel. I'm very confident about it. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, and everyone. Buddha CEO.
Wonderful, madam. That's great. Happy first birthday.
Thank you, sir.
Right. Happy first birthday. Amazing journey. Amazing journey to hear the story. As an entrepreneur, you wanted to contribute, and always the pressure is there. What, Ma? Why do you want to take up all this thing now? Just sit at home, enjoy. We are earning. All this are there, but that's not a life. So beautifully said. I don't have any words to say. You have figured out. Your determined ups and downs will come. But I can tell you with my experience that anything that takes time is only baking and baking. So it's going to be so tasty, like the dal makhani. The longer it cooks, it's going to taste so much more. So that's what has to happen with your school. So we wish you all the best to continue with your vision, continue with the passion. And so it's good, becomes the best school in that area, whatever that impacting so many children.
Thank you so much. And when I see Karthikeyan sir, I remember my father. Even my father was so sincere, so truthful. And he wanted to go for ashram dharma also. But my mom didn't allow him because at that time I was in touch with Sri Aurobindo Society. And when I told him, at once he said, Nirmala, chalo, let me go and settle down. Let me do some service and let me settle down. But my mom was very much interested to stay at home, cook for the children, cook for grandchildren. She didn't allow. But he was also very sincere. And I remember him whenever I see Karthikeyan. So thank you very much.
Wonderful. That's great. Thank you. Shweta.
Thank you, Nirmala madam. Happy birthday. Yes, we have Manju ma'am next. Manju, please unmute yourself.
Morning, everyone. Namaste, Chandra sir. Namaste, Sheetal ma'am. Namaste, Nirmala ma'am. Happy birthday. That was a really very inspirational story that you told. Actually, sir, I also wanted to share something. Do we have some time, sir? Actually, I want to show my journey towards this meditation through my painting that I have finished yesterday.
Wow.
Can you see, sir?
Yeah, it's so beautiful. 1 second. See the spotlighting? Yes.
Yeah, this is actually my journey towards this meditation session. What I've tried to do is, sir, do you have time
Yes,
so that
yes.
I can?
Please go.
Okay.
Please, yes.
Okay, so thank you so much. I have tried to show that we should be harmonized with all the living things. Like I've tried to compare our life with the plant, you know. This is actually a plant. These are the leaves, but with different things that I have tried to portray in this canvas. Actually, we all have this deep-rooted emotions, right? Deep-rooted emotions that going through our mind. And especially most of the emotions are thoughts are negative, and that those thoughts are related to the past things, you know. So to overcome these type of thoughts, meditation is really very, very, very important. And I feel it really very much like with meditation, even I can, you know, come to the state where there is a less thinking of the past and going towards the positive thing. And here what I wanted to show is during meditation, in some session of our heart elevation process, I was so overwhelmed that my tears are actually falling down in some of the sessions. And that I also wanted to show here. And sometimes meditation, while doing meditation, I feel very light, like a feather. Sometimes many thoughts, you know, even today I have many thoughts. Sometimes many thoughts have come. Sometimes I feel like floating in the air like feather, sometimes like flower, you know. So there are different emotions that I'm feeling here. And I have written here beta, alpha, theta, delta, and gamma states. Why I've separated this is because I think only in this beta and alpha state, I have to learn and practice more and more to reach to these states. That's why I separated this. And for doing meditation, we obviously have to close our eyes, but we have to open our inner eyes, a third eye, so that we can be in that state of meditation. So, and the different things I learned is that the things that we should forget, or like someone said this to me, though I did good things for them, but they do not realize. So these things should let go like a butterfly, you know, because these things are just disturbing us. So let those feelings go. And another thing that Sir took the class about the spiritual quotient, physical quotient, where we have to focus more on the passion. So I also started reading books, learning guitar. I'm learning, still learning guitar. So I have separated some time for the guitar, and I'm doing the paintings through this. Like that, IQ, the intelligence quotient for learning. I've started learning the books. I told that already, and right now I'm learning the monk who Solis Ferrari, and living with the masters in Himalayas. Those books are really very great, and yes, and the spiritual quotient to live in a meaningful way. I will try my best to live in a meaningful way, and so I also tried to, you know, make the pyramid. I think you can see here. And this actually, I want to thank Miss Ma'am Sital Ma'am, because I went through her YouTube video 3 times, and I was so inspired, you know, that she made a beautiful meditation room for her family and herself. I couldn't make that room, but still I just tried to make the pyramid. And as Chandra sir says, where there is a will, there is a way. I have now planning to make the pyramid with those copper pipes, and I source where I can get that, and I have now find the link where to get. So I'm planning to get those pipes and make a pyramid also. So, and for all these things, and one thing also what I learned is be impeccable with your words. So talk that things only which is really necessary, otherwise just zip up your lip. So I try to make a zipper. So I also do some unnecessary talks with friends, or, you know, whenever meet with the family members. But what I realize is that those all are just waste of time and waste of energy. So I will really try to make my habit to say some beautiful words and meaningful words only. And all these things happen due to Buddha CEO. I tried to make the logo, but I don't know. So thank you, everyone, the Buddha CEO Foundation. Thank you, Chandra sir. Thank you, Sheetal ma'am. And for this book, our book club, our Ratna sir, Anup sir, they are doing very nice jobs. Thank you for clearing those doubts through these book sessions also. I'm very, very thankful and grateful to you. Thank you, sir. I just wanted to share through my painting. So thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Wow. So nice, Manjushri madam, a bold move to depict what meditation is in a picture with so many things in there.
Thank you, sir.
All emotions, and hey, you got to make us cancer co-host. Yes, so all emotions there from meditation, the benefits, many things. Wonderful, wonderful. I'm really impressed with what you could create. 2 great sharings today. I'm still taking time to absorb what we've seen you of your painting. Yes, Karthikeyan sir. Two great.
Enjoyed the morning meditation and the sharing. Nirmalaji's life transformation is really inspirational. Great. You see, what is important is to sustain the practice. Going to after 10 days, 15 days, giving up. Oh, this is something, one has to have faith and then continue to be there. Don't expect miracles happen in few days. We have messed up life for decades together and suddenly expect everything to change in 20 days, 30 days. It is not practical. Her life is an example how she gave up a couple of times and gave back. And now she is full of joy, making everybody happy also. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. And then Manjushri, ma'am, just in 40 days, she is absorbed so much into a picture about meditation. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much, Karthikeyan sir. Shredhar, you had something to say?
Thanks to Nirmala madam for us.
How is the painting?
That summarizes Buddha's ego, sir. That's what I wanted to say. The last service part is missing in that. I think that will come up now. Madam can add to that. But otherwise, that's a complete summary gist of Buddha's ego as is. Wonderful, ma'am. Wonderful. And then we are so much impressed about it because every aspect of Buddha's ego, including that PQ, IQ, the gamma, theta, and your emotions, everything is covered in that. Everything is covered in that. And especially I like that zip thing, which is essential nowadays because a lot of inputs are coming from various channels and media and all that stuff. So best is to zip up and then go inside than going outside. So wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you, sir.
Only the service, I think this next week will be the service part of it. So if that can be added, that's a complete gist of one picture of Buddha CEO. It's like a group picture of Buddha CEO.
Okay.
And Nirmala madam, so much impressed about your determination to do something. And as Chandra sir always says, if your purpose is noble, and universe will automatically aligns everything to make it happen. You are the example for it. Thank you. Thanks a lot for sharing all this.
I have learned from Buddha CEO. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, sir, and thank you, everyone.
Wonderful. Thank you all. So we'll meet back tomorrow again. Suresh Shetty, so we'll do this tomorrow. You raise your hand. You want to express something or a question tomorrow? Expression about them today. All right, great. Okay, so we'll meet you all tomorrow again at 6 a.m. Thank you and have a wonderful day. And facilitators will meet in about 10 minutes at 8:30, Sheetal. Okay.
Always changing for the better. I listen closely to my soul to know what I've got to let go. And every single day I'm looking forward. Be brave, embrace change, taking steps into the unknown, breaking free, finding clarity. What's best for me, I will find my way. Every single day I find my way. Nothing is good, nothing is bad. Let life happen and take it all in. I choose to focus on myself and promise to always put myself first. Today isn't my forever. I'm always changing for the better. I listen closely to my soul to know what I've got to let go. And every single
Master. Happy birthday, Nirmala Madam.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah.